Amisha ji, I was very keen to talk to you because stock markets is something that everyone watches, everyone does. I think of all of you represented here today, I would say, and I could be wrong statistically, it's one of the most male-dominated sectors compared to anyone else on this panel. The typical idea of someone in the market participant, is predominantly male. I want you to start by telling us about your experience, and are you seeing a change over the years of more and more women coming in? I'm not talking about investors. I'm talking about actual people on the floor in the brokerage firms making those investment decisions.
So I would like to share a few things. So as what you say, the whole market is largely male dominated. And within that, I started my career as institutional sales head or institutional sales director, and I used to travel across the world. So typically it used to so happen that I would land in New York and the cycle would start. I don't think I ever really considered that, I didn't sleep the whole night and my meeting starts at 8 and now this is the issue with the health. It never even struck me. But also, when we say that, we should get more response from male and so on, I would touch upon that. But I used to be a staunch Jain. So my clients used to rather organize a place where I can have a Jain food in New York or Hong Kong or Singapore. Typically, this sales business is all over a dinner or a drink. I never used to drink, and people used to still respect and work with me. So I think that there are huge taboo, stroke excuses. On the part of ourselves, we as women need to overcome. Number two, I think the most real challenge that I found in my career that I never had a very reliable child care. I used to depend on, of course, family, but beyond that, onto some or other slightly unorganized kind of a support. And if we really focus on that, urban women will be more than willing to join. And I still feel that I don't know the basis of the statistics, but most of them are self-employed, whether that gets really counted, because there are a humongous number of small, mid-sized businesses which are sprawling, which is done by women, and I hope that numbers are taken by
Amisha ji, in your organization, how close are you to 50% women participation?
We are at 34% at the moment. But one more very important story I'll tell you, and which could be very encouraging. One of my very talented, she is a gold medalist MBA. She was with us in our institutional research. She took a break for her child and it took her 7 years to bounce back, or maybe 8 years to bounce back. And she was very willing not to confine herself. And today, once again, in 3 years, she is the best salesperson from my organization and one of the best on the street. So I think that two things which come out is that we need to give chance back to people who want to bounce back, particularly women, and give them a little leeway in terms of really managing, in case they want to manage their personal life or the child initial years, and also develop childcare. I think these two will go a very long way in getting or sustaining women.
Amisha ji, interesting point to take off on is personalities in the workplace. There is this stereotype that to get to the top, to succeed, you have to be, as a woman, very aggressive, very vocal, Superman, Superwoman, hero, unbelievable tolerance levels for threshold pain, discomfort. You've talked about some of your own experiences. It shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to be penalized because you're a woman. The idea is to have the same opportunity.
Absolutely, but I would still say that it was not about having a particular personality or anything, but it is actually about the focus. So when you focused on your work, some of the other things do not really matter to you. So you cannot really control everybody around you in terms of what opinion they are carrying, what judgments they are passing. Why I'm saying some of these things is that I think most of the time we have control over ourselves. while we keep on talking about policy making and other things, it's about how much attention do we want to pay to the judgments that people are passing, including women on another women, including men, of course, on women. Those are some of the controllables which women needs to work on. And apart from, I would rather like to say that I really appreciate Britannia's move, because if a company of brand and repute commits to something, it also means that they will also work their way around, if required training, if required coaching, if required counseling, and also making some of the other environment friendly for women to work.
Yeah.
Give them a little more friendly hours to work, little more flexibility in terms of working hours. I think their ability to contribute will increase much more, because you can't restrict them till the time society really comes at par in terms of father and mother both being equally responsible for child, and that goes in the heads of father, but above that in the heads of mother, that mother will continue to hold 90% herself responsible for child, either performs or feels guilty. One of the two she keeps doing,
Yeah.
and because of which somewhere she will suffer.